Hello and welcome everybody to the Qualifier weekend. I'm Paul Cheon, and today the format is going to be Aetherdrift Sealed. Now, after playing the Arena Championship last weekend, I got a little taste of what it's like to play in a competitive setting, so hopefully we can just run it back, and that'll be incredible. And today we are in day one of this event, so what that means is we need to get to 7 wins before we get to 3 losses, which isn't too tough, but of course it's sealed deck, and a lot of it just comes down to the type of cards that we open. And notably, I really haven't been playing that much Aetherdrift Limited recently, or sealed deck for that matter, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we just open an awesome Golgari or Simic pile and move in that direction. But before we click on this little button here, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com to order your Tarkir Dragonstorm booster boxes now. You also want some singles for your constructed decks. They are the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, they've got a ton of great stuff. So make sure you check them out. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. They're also going to have a booth at the Showcase Series in Denver, which is going to be the Tarkir Dragonstorm Limited event. So swing by the booth, say hi, tell them Paul sent you, and you'll get 10% off in person as well. All right, here we go. One sealed deck to rule them all. Golgari cards, green cards, green cards, green cards. Okay. We got something here, folks. Double River Churn Monument. We just need to do everything we can to survive, and we can kill people with Double River Churn Monument. I would love to be able to put these into my deck. We also have Perilous Snare, which is great. Monument to Endurance is extremely unlikely to make its way into our deck. This is more of a draft card. And then, of course, Agonisaur Rex is fantastic as well. So hopefully green is deep enough to make that work. And then we got a couple lands here, which is unfortunate. But this is a 9-rare pack. Don't think I'm going to probably play the Redshift or the Samet, but Double River Churn Monument is definitely a step in the right direction. We might have a lot of wins via mill. Let's see how this goes. All right, taking a look at our white. Probably just not going to look at... White's one of the worst colors, so in sealed, I imagine it's going to be pretty close to unplayable. A Detention Chariot is good, but it's double white. I'm going to keep up Perilous Snare and Ride's End here because it is important to be mindful of the type of removal that you can cast. So I'll put this here as potential options for a splash. For blue, we have triple bounce off. That's a lot of bounce offs, double monument. And so that'll allow us to potentially survive to try to monument them out. Although triple bounce off might be a lot. Stock up is incredible. With double monument, that just gives us a much higher chance to be able to find one of these monuments. There's a Roadside Blowout. Strategist is fine. All card draw is pretty good. Trade to home can be conditional. It just depends on the type of cards that you can trade with your opponent with this card. Moving on to black, we have Grim Bauble. Double side. Wow, our black looks really bad. Yeah. Triple Ancient Vendetta, really? Okay. I'm going to just assume black's not going to be good. Red's also going to be probably pretty bad. Yeah, looking at the red, we have a Thunderhead Gunner. Okay, let's be real. I'm going to click on the Gunner in case we have to splash red. But I hope green... Okay! Triple Stampeding Scurryfoot. I thought I had 1. But 3 is great. Broken Wings is fantastic and sealed. Agonisaur Rex. Okay. You know, the middle part of our mana curve in green isn't particularly strong. But triple Scurryfoot... And our top end is amazing, so hopefully the blue cards will help shore up some of the stuff in the middle part of the mana curve. Let's just put all the lands in. Broodheart Engine is good, but maybe not so much on the splash. We have a Sky Serpent Seeker as well, which is fantastic. And then a couple of these red cards, but just don't really see myself splashing, honestly. We have some triple starting columns, so that does give us the option to splash for a bunch of things, but whatever. Let's put all of these in, and let's see what we have after we clean this up just a little bit. I mean, just looking at this, it's pretty clear that we should be blue-green. And then the question really becomes what we want to splash. For black, we have access to a Broodheart Engine, double Siphon Fuel. So double Siphon Fuel is certainly something to consider. There's a Risen Necro Regent, which I don't really love unless I am really leaning into the speed archetype. So... And Grim Bauble's not particularly good on the splash. So, and then when I compare what I have available there, what is this tab for? This tab's for black. Okay, it's a black-white land, so I don't really care for this. The thing is, we could also look into some kind of multicolor soup deck. And if we lack playables, that's certainly the direction that I want to go. But let's take a look at what a just blue-green deck looks like. And then I'll see what happens if I add all the other cards. All right, so this is 53 cards. These are all the blue and green cards that I could put into my deck. And with the potential splash cards as well. The Matrix seems pretty bad. This does not feel like a Bestow Greatness type deck, just because we're leaning on bounce spells and mill spells, and I'm not sure that the Bestow Greatnesses are great here. I don't think I have enough stuff to trade the Helm, so I can possibly cut that as well. This doesn't feel like a graveyard deck, so Ooze Patrol also doesn't seem particularly strong. We'll note that we don't have that many creatures at the middle part of our mana curve in blue and green. But the thing is, keep in mind that the Scurryfoot is effectively also a 4-drop, right? So it's really just kind of us missing things at the 3 mana part of our mana curve. So, you know, given this, I feel like I probably just have to play the Ticket Tortoise, because the primary win condition for this deck, I mean, there are games where we can win with the Aganosaur Rex, our big green monsters at the top end, but I think we're going to win a ton of our games with the River Churn Monuments, and just making sure that we have enough things to block early to win with the Monument is probably going to be our primary game plan here. Like I said, this doesn't feel like a good Bestow Greatness type deck. I don't really love Scrap Compactor as well, but if I'm really lacking removal, that's certainly something that I can play just to make sure that I have something. Probably don't want 3 starting columns, 2 maximum. I am really concerned that I literally have no 3-mana creatures. This is kind of bad. Maybe I get the starting column back in. Maybe that's just the thing that I play on turn 3 to ramp into my other effects. But wow, we still need 7 cards to cut, so I think maybe we can shave one of the bounce-offs. At least. This is a good card, but you don't want to draw too many of these in multiples early on. And I also have a trip up, and I think having some kind of mix between the two makes a lot of sense. Camera Launcher is pretty bad. Compactor is interesting because it's sealed deck, and you do need to make sure that you have answers to bombs. So, we do have a lot of interaction though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 interactive spells, and we still have a lot more cards we need to cut here. There's also the question of just playing straight blue-green and not stretching our mana. But I do feel like Perilous Snare and Ride's End is kind of worth it, just because we have, you know, stock up as ways to kind of try to find what we need, and these just give us really, really good removal. In fact, I don't even know how much of the bounce we actually want here. And at this point, I don't think I want to cut any more creatures. I have 12. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with all of these. I do like the Hull Drifter as a card draw effect. In sealed, you just kind of want to make sure you don't run out of action. So that's why there's also the Gunner here on the potential splash. I will say the upside of going straight blue-green is I don't have to play a bunch of starting columns. I don't know, maybe that's actually something that's good. But my mana still possibly allows me to splash the Gunner, or I don't know. I mean, maybe it's still just powerful enough that I play it, but I'm kind of at the point where I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to cut 5 cards here. All right, let's cut Scrap Compactor. 1 starting column, I guess. This still gives us access to 4 white sources for 2 cards, and then 4 red sources for 1 card, and I don't even have to play a mountain, so the Gunner's kind of free in some sense. Can probably cut this trip up. Bounce off in general is better, and the thing is I have 2 bounce offs and a roadside blowout. I do like the interference. I just think counterspells are pretty decent, especially with River Churn Monument and Scurryfoot. We have some number of exhaust cards, and so like I said, I kind of do like the spectral interference here as well. We are down to 12 creatures, and we still need to cut 2 cards from this configuration here. All right, I think it's like another bounce off, and I guess if I'm not really trying to kill people with Tarion, I can just cut it because it's triple green. All right, after careful consideration, I have ultimately landed on this version of the deck here. Apologies for taking a long time. There is a lot on the line for these events, so I just want to make sure I get everything right. Going with a nice mix of bounce spells here. 1 bounce off, 1 roadside blowout, 1 trip up. I'm actually going down to 16 lands here. The reason being is I do have the 2 starting columns. I'm playing Trip Up as an extra interactive spell, but it's also something that I can cycle early along with the Catchdown to try to make sure that I hit my land drops. And this gives me, I think, the best combination of interaction, things to play early, and then, of course, we have some late game power here as well. So let's give this a whirl. 4-color River Churn Monument deck. Let's hope to have a good finish here. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to up your limited game. There is just a ton of extra resources in the Discord, and I make special videos for the Discord and patrons as well. All right, let's go first. And okay, I'm going to keep this. Island Forest, Scurryfoot, Interference. We have a Cycler here in the Ketrodon, and of course, the starting column. Our opponent on a mulligan here. Remember, this is best of 3, so we can be here for quite a while. Quite a while. All right, my opponent sees my Scurryfoot and plays their own Scurryfoot. Sure. Let's attack. Wow. Okay. Hey, you know what? I'm interested in those types of exchanges. They're also down a resource because they mulligan, so this is actually fine by me. Now we get to go starting column, and we get to play the ramp game here if possible. I'm really surprised at that trade, to be honest. Perilous Snare, that's really exciting. I think I'm going to lead with the Strategist here, though. My plan is my engines are already going, but to have a flyer is really nice with that. And then I can Perilous Snare. Oh, Aether Spark. Okay. Well, well, well. That is extremely powerful. Well, their trade makes a lot more sense now. Can this get anything? Non-land permanent. Okay. So I can Perilous Snare the Aether Spark or the Veteran Beast Rider. They have 3 cards in hand. The thing is, this can also draw them a bunch of cards. So it's actually kind of close, I think. It's just like, how am I dealing with this Beast Rider? It's dealing 3 damage a turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna Perilous Snare the Aether Spark. Attack. And I'm not going for the monument right now. I'm going to keep up the Spectral Interference, and then hopefully I can draw land number 6 to get the Migrating Ketrodon going. It would have been way better had I played the Perilous Snare and then Interference the Aether Spark, but it is what it is. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a we're countering anything type of situation. We did draw the land, which is great. And still just trying to stabilize the board here, so let's just get the Ketrodon in play. And now it's going to be... Now they can't attack me with the Beast Rider. And then now we can get the River Churn. Also, we're going to get to maximum speed next turn if they don't kill my Strategist, right? So that's also quite nice. Our opponent's on some kind of Naya deck. Surveyor is... doesn't matter at all. Now, what happens if I draw a land? Oh my god. Well, that's absurd. We just drew 2 River Churn Monuments. Let's go. Let's go. All right, we are at max speed now. And not interested in cracking the starting column just yet. So let's go ahead and put a counter on the Strategist. Let's play River Churn Monument. Oh my gosh. I'm prepared for my opponent to go nice. I'm waiting. We're at 18 life and we have 2 monuments going. So this is certainly a good spot to be in. All right, Strategist down. But they still also need a way to attack through the Ketrodon. Now, if they do find a way to attack through the Ketrodon here, then that's going to be problematic. I don't think I need to mill myself, so let's just mill my opponent. Oh, wow, they hit a Gas-Style Thrill Roller. That's not good for me. But we are really close to killing them, right? So if I mill them once and then I exhaust, if I mill them once and I exhaust, that puts them to 9 cards and then puts 9 more cards into the yard and then I exhaust again. Yeah, and that's just game. So, all right, let's put a counter on the Ketrodon and I'm just going to pass. I'm at 18 life, so I'm feeling reasonably safe here. And if they try to get the thrill roller in play, I should probably just go for the Mega Mill plan. Okay, and I think my opponent's dead. I think my opponent's dead. 9, and then they go. I mill 9 cards. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is real. All right. Oh no, I wanted to see the rest of my opponent's deck. Oh well. Okay, so my opponent's on a Naya deck. They have the Veteran Beast Rider, Stampeding Scurryfoot. Sure. Let's think about what we want out of the sideboard here. We have more bounce spells. Nothing I really wanted to Spell Pierce. Did I want Scrap Compactor? Not especially. I think I'm mostly going to keep my deck the same and just see how this goes. Oh, I had a Broken Wings main. I think I could have maybe sideboarded that out. They did have a Marshall's Path Cruiser. Man, I really should have taken a... And this is my mistake. I don't play enough best of 3. And so I have not been really thinking about looking at my opponent's deck as far as what I want to do for sideboard. And that's something that I definitely need to address. Venom Sack Lagak. Okay. So I'm going to take 2 here. I'm just going to get the Monument in play. Because I want to play a Ticket Tortoise and get a treasure. Goblin Surveyor. Okay, and they're going to hit us. Yep, that's really good. So we have the option to Interference or Ride's End here. Although we don't have the blue to cast a Strategist. So it is a little bit awkward, for sure. Granted, I can still cast Spectral Interference. Walking Sarcophagus. I do not care too much about that, I don't think. Alright, so we're going to block the Surveyor here. So they're going to get their speed. The question is, do I want to cast Ride's End? Or do I want to just let this happen? Just because it's in my best interest to ramp into the Mammoth. I think I just block and take the damage. I think this treasure is actually going to be quite valuable here for me. Wow. I don't know that I want to get this monument going just yet. I think I want to cast Ride's End this turn. I also can play the Sabotage Strategist. That does shrink both of their creatures and make it very difficult for them to attack me. Although they can still saddle this up and attack me. So maybe Ride's End is appropriate here. Okay, so yeah, that's my plan. My plan here is to... I do want to play Ride's End here, I think. Or maybe I just take 4 and just keep up Interference. Yeah, let's just do that. I think I'd rather counter something this turn. I think there's a good chance I can counter something this turn. And if I don't counter something, end of turn I can Ride's End. But I really just don't want to crack this treasure right now. Okay. All right. Give me a land. Mill the Lightning Strike. Oh, there is the awkward Broken Wings. Yeah, feels bad. I'm still on the keep up counterspell plan because this isn't really doing a lot of damage. Okay. That is aggressive, for sure. And I gotta stop it. Alright, give me a land. Or a turtle. I'll take a turtle as well. Yeah, I guess that works. It's a little bit on the slow side. Okay, they have a removal spell. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Broken Wings doesn't seem especially good. Man, not being able to find an untapped land for like 3 turns is really, really hurting me here. So now we're going to take 6 damage here. If I don't find a land here, the Mammoth is just going to get me. Alright, we're at 3 life. Opponent doing a good job of putting pressure on my life total. And we now have to hope that this Mammoth is good enough. They have 1 card in hand, so this is... We're crossing our fingers and hoping. Now, this does need to be crewed, which is really good for us. But they have the Wild Roads as well. A very, very big turn here. If they have any interaction, we're probably dead. If they crew up the Thrill Roller, I can block the Thrill Roller. Oh, this is a good sign, at least. Like, obviously, you know, Beast Rider Vanguard's good here, but we are close to killing them. Island would be a good draw. Let's see. If I monument them for 10, I don't know. It's close. Like, a part of me also just wants to play out the Strategist because that blocks super well. Oh, that's an excellent card. Okay, yep. Saddling up the Lagak. Yep. So I don't really have a choice. I'm just going to block with the Mammoth. Okay, we drew a land, but it's not the right land. It was a forest. So I guess the hope here is to just not die. Let's see. They can play the Beast Rider. Let's see. They can play the Beast Rider and crew to the Thrill Roller. If I counter it, they have to pay all the mana. And then if I block here, it still tramples over for 1. If I play the Strategist, they crew. Oh, they don't actually have the mana to play and pump unless they draw another white source, right? Yeah, I think Strategist is the only option here. Which is not ideal, but, you know, it's something. Like, if they don't have another white source, the Vanguard's not a great attack here either. If I draw a blue source, can I still win next turn? Yes. Super close game. Super close game. Scurryfoot, okay. Let's see, I mill them for... Oh, no, I just get them, right? Here? Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, because this gets exiled, but if I mill them once, it puts them to 13 cards left in their library, and then I mill them for 13. Obviously, if they have a removal spell or pump spell or anything, we're dead to all of those things. Interesting. So an island would 100% seal this, although I think I can just deck them now, right? Yeah, I just activate this, and they have no cards left. Oh man, that's great. Oh man. Wow, that is awesome. Cannot believe we got that done. I am super happy about that. And let us move on. 1-0. Let's keep it going. Alrighty, on the draw this time, and we have a totally fine draw here. We drew one of our many Scurryfoots. I guess we'll just play a turn 1. Sky Serpent Seeker, sure. They're not going to block. Alright, let's play the tap land here. Marshall's Path Cruiser. Alright, some premium uncommons here from the opponent's side. They're going to hit me for 1. So we'll just go starting column attack. Get our engines going. It's mostly, I mean, obviously being able to crack starting column is nice, but the most important part about the starting column is just the perilous snare that I have. Getting to max speed with that is awesome. All right, they activated Sky Serpent Seeker, so big mana advantage from the opponent's side. But we have an Aganosaur Rex. Basically, my hope with the Aganosaur Rex is just like it makes them play very, very defensively. And if that happens, then I can then play my River Churn Monument game. Now, if they have a bite spell here, it's obviously bad. Also, at some point, I'm going to want to activate the Scurryfoot. Next turn might be a decent time to do so. I can go like River Churn Monument plus Scurryfoot, something along those lines. Oh, Scrap Compactor. Killing my Aganosaur. It took their entire turn, but that was a very strong play from them. And that's just the mana advantage that they got from the Sky Serpent Seeker. And wow, they kept this back. Very interesting. I am super happy trading my Scurryfoot for the Sky Serpent Seeker, so that's totally fine by me. Let's go Monument now. 5 cards in hand for the opponent with infinite mana. 5, 4, 5, 6. They have 8 mana in play. Now, we do have 7 mana sources of ourselves. Oh my gosh, that is a... Yeah, that's a good Magic card. They played Loot, by the way. Loot is phenomenal. And a Guidelight Optimizer, and they're going to be able to exert and draw a bunch of cards. So I think I'm going to play Hull Drifter just to try to find removal. Ride's End would work. Broken Wings does not work. It does not work. 4, 5, 6. Okay. I do have a trip up, but balancing Loot is not really the best answer for that card. Just gonna say. Yeah, Loot's a good one. Not much you can do. Exhaust, draw 3. What a card. I mean, we're just on the survive and deck my opponent plan at this point. Now, I do have... well, I can kill it, actually. Yeah. I mean, that is the upside of playing Trip Up, right? Over the other bounce effects. Is that I can... Oh, wow. Earth Rumbler is so good against River Churn Monument, I just realized. Wait, can they give this thing haste? Oh, no, they're attacking me with the Path Cruiser. Sure. Yeah, this is a lot of damage. I'm honestly just doing this to just chump block. Because they can bolt, so I don't really have great blocks. Alright, we're at 10 life. We need to start getting the mill plan going here with the River Churn Monument. Although, actually, hold on. Let me think about the mana that I have, because what I really want to do is trip up and mill. And then I want a Broken Wings Earth Rumbler as well. That's just a lot. I mean, maybe I don't care so much about this anymore. Like, they're going to be able to bolt something, and then afterwards it's just a 2/4. No, but I don't want to mill, because I do want to cast both of these spells next turn, so I gotta wait. Oh, wow. Perilous Snare. That is great. I guess we still just get the loot. Yep. Now what? We have access to... Well, certainly you have to kill these things. If I just Broken Wings the Earth Rumbler, it's not too bad for me. Because I'm gonna kind of want to do that anyways. But they still have 3 cards in hand. Alright, let's do it though. By the way, they almost have the mana to just... they almost have the mana to 5-color this thing. Not quite. Alright, well, Broken Wings certainly still very, very good in this matchup, given what we've seen. Pothole Mole? Okay. That is okay. Alright, so they drew, like, all their good cards early. Because they do have some fillery cards. Alright, so they're gonna hit us with the Path Cruiser here, and it's gonna get in for a lot. I think I'm just going to take the 6 here. And then just start milling them, and then I can go strategist and all kinds of other things. Please run out of action. Oh, they have their own monument. Nice. They have a great deck. But we're going to win the Monument Wars if it comes down to that. All right, let's play strat. Oh, this is great because I can go strategist, trip up, and mill my opponent. And yeah, I don't really care if they mill me right now, so let's just let that happen. I need the trip up just to interact with their creatures, I think. So I'd rather do that. For example, it's not crazy to just trip up the Path Cruiser if I think that's what's going to get me. Flood the engine. Oh, it loses all abilities too? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah, let's just bounce it. Let's mill our opponent. 8 cards in graveyard. Okay. Oh, they put it on the bottom. Interesting. We are not at max speed, sadly. So we are actually very, very close to dying. Like, if they find a removal spell for Ticket Tortoise, I'm just dead. So that land was actually really bad to draw. We had the Ketrodon. Drawing the Ketrodon would have been huge. Okay. Let's block. Alright, our opponent is at... Well, this is lethal. It completely depends, of course. But they go to 10 cards and 11 cards in graveyard, and then we exhaust the monument and hope that that's good enough. $11 cards. Yes! Oh my gosh! We beat a loot! We beat a loot with multiple activations. That is incredible. Wow. Alright, so they have a loot, a River Churn Monument, which we have to be mindful of with the Broken Wings. We do have Perilous Snare, which kind of helps deal with both. Trade the Helm. I don't like that much against blue decks in general, because they can bounce their creature. This does seem like a slower matchup. I actually think Scrap Compactor is probably fine here, just as another way to kill something big. I like Ticket Tortoise on the draw. It's going to get me the land a lot of the time. What do I want to cut? You know what? This feels like a matchup where bounce off. Like, I feel like this is a matchup where things go kind of late, and just an actual just straight up bounce spell with no upside doesn't feel like it's where I want to be. I'd rather just have more hard removal, I think. If I'm playing against a more aggressive deck with a bunch of combat tricks, I think I like to bounce off, but we have trip up still. And yeah, we're going to certainly keep this hand. Turn 2 Monument, we have Broken Wings as well, and the Strategist. Oh, wow. Turn 1 Scurryfoot. And yeah, I'm playing the Verge here just because there's nothing that punishes you for playing this land. Just because it's a forest, okay? In my deck, it's a forest, but, you know, there can be instances where it can be, you know, let's say they trade the Helm and give you a Grimbauble. Boom. All right, we got the Monument going here. If they kill it, sure. They didn't. Oh, Transit Mage. They've got a lot of sweet cards in their deck. I'm very jealous. Wreck Remover. Okay. Let's play Starting Column. And pass. Look at this combo. 4 mana, I can still mill my opponent. Bam. I can kill this with Broken Wings, but they have a lot of really good targets, so I might choose not to do that. Pothole Mole, I hope they miss. Ah, they did not miss. We're so unlucky. Given that they played that, I feel like... Oh, no, they did have a land. Really interesting. Okay. We hit Greenbelt Guardian and Marshall's Path Cruiser. So we hit some good ones. And here, I feel like it's probably just best to just exhaust my Scurryfoot. A 3/3 on this board is fantastic. And if I play Strategist and they kill my Scurryfoot, I'd be very sad. So there is an Earth Rumbler, sure. They can attack me. Just keep getting the mill train going here. Now, this is very, very tempting to just bounce, right? It just, you know, sure, they can exile a bunch of things, but it's just 3 mana to bounce their 5 mana play. Just seems like an excellent tempo option. Now, alternatively, I can just kill it with Broken Wings, and maybe that's better. The reason for that is just they can exile a bunch of creatures and artifacts, right? So it makes me kind of start over my River Churn Monument shenanigans. And it's something that I'm going to want to kill anyways. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to kill it. And see what they do. This way I can also play my tap land, and then next turn, I'll have access to Strategist plus Roadside Blowout. I wonder if they boarded this in. Well, they have a Transit Mage. They're probably just playing like a single copy here. But look, 3 mana kill a 7/6. If it's wrong, it can't be that wrong. $20 cards left in our opponent's deck. Bunch of mana in play. If they play like an Autarch Mammoth, we can bounce the token. Oh, there's loot. Well, I couldn't have Broken Wings that anyways. We will take the damage. All right, well, that is a loot. That is a loot. We are on the mill plan here. It's like, what do I do, though? It's like, do I just try to buy time here by bouncing the loot? And if they draw cards, they draw cards. I can also play Thunderhead Gunner and go down that direction. It blocks pretty well. This deals a lot of damage, though. It's kind of tough. And they only have 4 cards in their graveyard. So this is a tough choice. All right, I'm going to just play the Gunner. And I will discard this land to try to find answers to loot. Okay, Ticket Tortoise is active. Yep, they drew 3 cards. And obviously, it's in their best interest to try to kill me as quickly as possible. And loot is obviously absurd. Did they play at turn 5 both games? No, this was a turn 6 loot. But we definitely have the tools in our hand to try and survive. Ticket Tortoise is a blocker, gets us a treasure. We can bounce something, but they have a million cards, so I can certainly see this turn being pretty big for them. Hopefully they just can't wipe out my entire board and attack me, because that'll be just lots and lots of damage. I think I'm pretty happy with my decision to kill that Earth Rumbler, though, the turn that I did. Huh. Okay. We're going to chump you. And we'll just block everything else. Keep the life total high. They're going to kill the Gunner, which I really do not care about. Like, obviously, it's not great. But what I mean is, it's just like, I'm staying alive. I don't really care about rummaging very much. They're going to target their own thing with the Wreck Remover. Oh, no. Okay, good. And we are just trying to stay alive. They have 6 cards in hand. Oh, man. Okay, Beast Rider Vanguard, sure. The other monument would be a good draw. Don't think I care about bouncing any of these. I think Strategist might be generally better. And the loot now just deals damage. Okay. Alright, let's pass. Alright, we are very, very close to killing our opponent. They have 7 cards in graveyard with 11 cards in deck with 75 cards in hand. But we do have the River Churn Monument activation here. Roadside Blowout next turn to try to mitigate some of the damage that's coming in. Wow, they targeted my graveyard. Interesting. The thing is, blocking to kill Rec Remover is not bad, but at the same time, like, some kind of big pump spell here also is kind of scary, right? I kind of want to double block the Rec Remover just to make sure that they die. I just don't think I'm going to die at 15 life here. And if I get Rec Remover to die, then if I mill a card that removes something from their graveyard, I'm still okay. Are they dead? Oh, man. Oh, the monument. The power of the monument. We are cheesing out every single one of our opponents. Okay, we are 2-0 with double monument deck. Let us keep the train going here. All right, 2-0 with our double monument deck. I don't even know what the format is for day 2 if we make day 2. Is it more sealed deck? Which is not great for me just because I'm generally pretty weak as a sealed deck player. All right, we have all the colors of the rainbow. Let's lead with the Tranquil Cove. Oh, you know, maybe it should have been the Highlands because if I draw the Stampeding Scurryfoot, well, we didn't. Because that's a mistake. Because if I draw Scurryfoot, I could have played Scurryfoot and then the Cove on the following turn. All right, our opponent has 3 colors. The 3 good colors to be in for this format. Let's go starting column. But hey, my opponent playing nothing in the first 3 turns is something that I'm reasonably happy with, just in general. Well, that's terrifying. Do I use my removal spell on this thing? Yeah, sure. The thing is, they didn't play anything early, so their hand is just all beefy things. And then they have a Debris Beetle here. We have a Ride's End, which we can use. So I probably just want to play a 4-drop here. All right, so let's just go Flyer. Flyer is also really nice with starting column. Just can get the engines going. They also want to get their engines going. Flood the engine. Yep. All right. Let's get the Beetle out of here. And then now we can just jam the Mammoth. Boom. All right, March of the World Ooze. What does this say? Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if it's not their turn, make an elephant. They have 1 card. Oh my gosh, that is gross. So here's my... no, we just Broken Wings. Yeah. I was like, should I Aganosaur Rex? But this is totally fine. We are in great shape here. They played some good cards, though. March of the World Ooze. Although they also have some fillers. So they're blue-green splashing Beetle. And Gibrick Omnivore. Okay. So I think I just want to play this. Saddle this up. Saddle this up. Well, hold on. Yeah, let's saddle this up. They might double block the Mammoth, which is also fine by me. It's 2 speed. I'm still going to play 1 land here. And yeah, we have an awesome board. Okay, game 1 down. March of the World Ooze is problematic. Can't bounce it really. Trip Up I can use on my turn. What else did they have? Ovia. Ovia and March of the World Ooze. And Debris Beetle. Yep. So this is kind of an interesting answer to March of the World Ooze just because all their things are 6/6s. So just based on sizing, I can see the Terrian being an interesting addition here for this matchup. There's also Scrap Compactor again, which I feel like I always want to bring in. I don't care. I think I'm going to cut this, add another untapped forest and an untapped land. And instead, I'm going to go with Terry in here, just because I think a 9/7 against Debris Beetle and the March of the World Ooze makes a lot of sense. And then I think I just want another way to kill a big thing. I know we have Raizen and Perilous Snare, and we have Broken Wings. And this could be another situation where I cut Bounce Off. Go with something like this, I guess. Yep, let's try it. At least we have a bunch more lands that come into play untapped. Hey, we drew the Raizen, which is good, and we have a turn 2 Spectral Interference, which I love. Ticket Tortoise is also really nice, especially on the draw. This is a card that you're going to see a lot more of in Sealed. Just going to counter anything here. For the most part, I think. Yeah. I actually just kind of want to play Starting Column. I feel like they're going to play another land anyways. And that's the absolute best time to play Starting Column. All right, there's an Ovia. I can play Ticket Tortoise, but that doesn't add much to the board. Or I can just play a Gunnosaur Rex. No reason to get too cute here. Let's just play an 8/8 Trampler on turn 4. How about that? Glitch Ghost Surveyor, okay. Haumph? There's no way they have something that can trade with this, right? Oh, it's the Debris Beetle! Oh my gosh. Wow. Alright. Let's get in. Alright, 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Let's hope they don't go nuts with the Ovia. Oh gosh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared right now. If it's another Debris Beetle, I'm gonna be pretty sad. Or a big artifact creature. Okay. Wow. They had no shortage of monsters here. Oh, and you have a trick? Okay, well, this is a disaster. Oh. Sure. Yeah, I definitely want to draw that card. Yeah, well, Trip Up is very nice. Man, Ovia has just been absurd. Well, I can't really attack with this too well. Let's play Ketcherdon. So they put Terrian. They put Terrian and Debris Beetle into play, which is absurd. Okay, come. This is not reasonable. Like, this is not reasonable. You can't do this. Wow. All right. All right. With Plow Through. Okay, let's get the bounce spell back in here. Oh my gosh. This is gross. Absolutely disgusting. What a turn, by the way. They drew one of those 2 cards. This has Trample too. I think I'm just dead. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. All right, we'll note though that their deck isn't particularly aggressive. So I actually think I can board out Ticket Tortoise, especially because I'm on the play. And then let's just try to kind of get to the late game here and win that way. I definitely want at least 1 bounce off. Yeah, let's just play to the late game here. Put the gunner back in. Like they're trying to kill me with Ovia. What else do we have here in the sideboard? I still think I like the 1 bounce off. We have a Trip Up as well. It is a good answer to Plow Through, though. And Trip Up I like just because every now and then you can use it to target March of the World Ooze, which is also a problematic card in this matchup. All right, let's try this. If their deck was more aggressive, I would have definitely kept the Tortoises in, but I think, right, given what I've seen so far, they're just mostly on really big things. Okay, we'll keep this. Probably cycling the Ketrodon here on turn 2. Stock up is great. All right, let's just find a land here within 2 draw steps. Okay. Woo, that was a little bit... I was getting a little nervous there, I will say. Let's play stock up. Definitely want 1 land here. Okay, what do I want? I'm just looking at my curve. Do I just... Oof. This is tricky. It's not the gunner. Untapped land seems really good. I don't think I want 2 lands either. I think I want the mammoth and like forest maybe. Yeah, let's just do that. If I had a white spell in my hand, I would have taken the blue-white land. But I just feel like it's really important on turn 4 for me to impact the board in some way. So I just feel like getting that untapped land here is very important. I'm going to take this. I'm going to counter their stupid Ovia. Oh, Hazard of the Dunes. I suppose I can counter that. Elvish Refueler, sure. Land would be good. All right, we found a land. Let's get Mammoth going. Hope they don't have interference. Okay. They get to pump up the Refueler, but with the couple... We have 3 bounce spells, so it's not too bad. Oh, and they cycle Trip Up. Wow, okay. So they're digging. They're digging. But, I mean, there's a real shot. Well, okay. Fair enough. Well, this is why we have Bounce Off, by the way. I also have Broken Wings. So a lot of options here, but bouncing off this doesn't work because I didn't draw land number 7. Because if I drew land number 7, that's what I'd want to do. I can use... Okay, I think it's play Sky Serpent Seeker and perhaps kill Flood the Engine end of turn. Or I can get lands. I have a couple of options, but let's start with the Sky Serpent Seeker here. They're going to pump it now, I imagine. The thing is, it's so tempting to just get 2 lands going, and I get to, I still have a 2-power flyer, right? Glitch Ghost Surveyor, sure. And Gibrick Omnivore. Ooh, this is interesting. So let's think now. Okay, so if I were to Broken Wings Flood the Engine, and then next turn I saddle up and attack, I can Roadside blow out the 3/4. They double block. And then I bounce off the 2/2 and they just have like no board. And I still have Trip Up available. I think that's the play. Yeah, let's get this going. Oh no, they have the Omnivore too. Oh, was that a mistake? If it's a mistake, it's not that bad. Oh my gosh, what a draw. We found a Gonosaur Rex. Are you kidding me? Okay. Whew. I mean, so many good options here, right? That's such a blowout. I mean, come on. I just get to deal... Look at their board. They're at 11 life. Even if they kill the Mammoth here, they're dead. So, and we have Bounce Off plus Trip Up. Okay, we got this one. Unless there's some Wrath I don't know about, this one is locked up. They had a good deck, too. But we actually got a... You know, this was actually a game where the River Churn Monument didn't come into play at all. All right, let's keep it going. 3-0. 3-0. I still think I like my main deck configuration. I feel like the Tortoises, especially game 1, you don't know if you're going to be on the play of the draw. And it keeps my opponents a little bit honest. And it just, if my opponents do have like a green-white aggro deck, it's still something that's there. But then once I'm on the play against the slow matchup, I can just take it out. All right, 3-0. Trying to shake off some of this rust. We are on the play. 2 lands with the starting column. I will keep this and hope to draw land number 3. Or a cycler on turn 2. I mean, just naturally drawing an island turn 2 would be nice. Oh, forest? You know what? Can't complain. Alright, turn 1 Scurryfoot, very good. Nothing on turn 2 for the opponent, also very good for us. Let's go land. Yeah, I could have kept up the interference, but this feels like a really great time to keep up starting column. Oh, and they had nothing. Oh, and we drew Scurryfoot. We are drawing so well. So well. Okay, we'll just block. This just forces it from both sides, but I have roadside blowout, which is really good, unless I draw land. Okay, we did not draw a land, and we drew a tortoise. Okay, so let's just bounce the token. Draw a card. It's a Huldrifter. And I'm going to hold off on the tortoise here. Try to get a treasure next turn, and I get to keep up Spectral Interference, which I'm basically firing off on anything. Yep, I will counter the Gunner. If I draw a land, I will play the Mammoth, though. Too strong not to. And then we still have Bounce Off here, so things looking very good. We also have 3 speed, so the column can come into play as well. They drew a land, and we drew River Churn Monument. Okay, and my opponent snap scooped. Look, if you don't have an answer for that, it certainly makes sense. All right, we are playing against Gruul, and we are on the draw. So I think I'm going to keep my tortoises. They can still have a somewhat aggressive hand. The only thing is, against Gruul specifically, I think Broken Wings might be a little bit worse. Just those colors don't tend to have as many vehicles or artifacts, so, or flyers for that matter. So if they're, and I haven't seen anything, but also against Gruul, I think just having a 9/7 is very good. They have a tough time dealing with just a big monster. So I think Terrian is a totally reasonable thing to bring in here on the draw. You know, especially if we go like Tortoise and ramp it out too, that's pretty good. Scrap Compactor could be interesting. Maybe Trip Up is worse than the Compactor. Trip Up's kind of slow, and this kills a Scurryfoot on 3. All right, we'll try that. I think it's like it's all kind of close. I think Trip Up's also pretty good, but maybe on the draw, I don't know. All right, we drew our planes. I'm going to keep because I have turn 1 Scurryfoot and Ketrodon to cycle. And we do have plenty of blue sources in our deck, so hopefully we can find them. We have double column plus the tortoise. There's the tortoise. And not playing the tortoise just yet. They're going to cycle a Ketrodon or something probably. Oh, spectacular pileup. Did not see that coming. Okay, so they're Naya. Ooh, Veteran Beast Rider is a really good one. Okay, ooh, we drew the blue source, which is very good. And now what do I want to do? I think it's play the tortoise. Play the island and then just pass. If they attack me, I can double block. And then if they pump, I can bounce it as a tempo play, and I think that is a tremendous tempo play from our side. Oh, it doesn't matter. They can't. Oh no, they can pump it, right? 4/5. All right. Well, given this, I don't think they're gonna. Okay. Well, we're just gonna bounce this. Boom. All right. I might bring in the other bounce off. Honestly, that was just too. That was just too strong. Here, I feel like I just want to pump my Scurryfoot. Stock up is an option, but I just want to add more to the board, so yeah, let's just... Still a good shot they play a land here. And like I said, I just... With Scurryfoot, so often, you just want to make sure you can exhaust when you can to get that value, and then just figure out your other plays later. They still have 5 cards in hand, and Veteran Beast Rider is fantastic. Oh, they had 2 pileups. Very nice. play stock up. Okay. Well, this is a lot of action. Wow. I definitely want this card. I don't think I need another land, so it's just Scurryfoot or Strategist. Let's just get both of those. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. I guess this Tortoise is going to be pretty bad, huh? All right. It's fine. It still blocks. And I have 2 annoying creatures they have to deal with. Presumably the Sky Serpent Seeker will get us islands. That is the hope with all of this. But we just got 2 really great exhaust plays after their Wrath, which was quite good. Marshall's Path Cruiser into land into Veteran Beast Rider is very nice. Probably in my best interest to get the Sky Serpent Seeker going. Now, if I draw an untapped land, that would be really nice, because then I can go River Churn Monument plus activate Sky Serpent Seeker. Glory Heath Lynx. Perilous Snare? Do I want to get my engines going? Not really. I think I trade... I think I want to use this on the Beast Rider. We'll see what they do, but I think this is just a pass and see what happens type situation. The thing is, if they only attack me with the Lynx, I can activate the Scurryfoot and block with the 3/3. If they attack with the Path Cruiser, with the Beast Rider, then I block with the Sky Serpent Seeker, which is also pretty good. But there's no way for them to saddle this and this. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a Magic card. That is a Magic card, friends. Oh my goodness. Well, that's ridiculous. That is... oh my gosh. Wait, they're attacking with the Lynx? Hold on. I guess I just have to block it, right? Because this thing has Menace. Oh, this has Menace too. Oh, that's why. Yeah, so... this is actually a ton of damage. I mean, I can just double block the Lynx then, maybe. Sure, let's just do that. Good deck. They got a lot of bombs. Wow. Scrap Compactor, not quite good enough here. Okay. I can still block the Path Cruiser. It's obviously not great if I do that. Crew 5? That's really hard for them to pull off, right? All right. The way I look at it is, if they can crew 5, I can still double block. And if they play this, it's still not enough to crew. So if they play 2 creatures this turn, they certainly can do that. Oh my gosh. Wait, they didn't get my Perilous Snare? Wait, excuse me? Wait, okay. Therian was a good draw. Look at their board. Just a bunch of 6/6s. I didn't realize they had so many white cards. Wow. Game 1 was really... it looks like they're... they're green-white. No, they're just straight Naya. Yeah, but they can't saddle that up. They can saddle up the Chariot. I will block. They can pump it as well and turn it into a 7/7. But I do get my Sky Serpent Seeker back, which is pretty good. I am also at 3 speed. So very, very close to max speed for the Perilous Snare. Oh, I see. I see. They're attacking with the Path Cruiser. That is annoying. I mean, I guess it's they still use their whole turn. I can also take the damage. I can chump it. I can chump. There's a lot of options here. They have 2 cards. Let's just chump. Okay, drew the land. So let's go Scrap Compactor. River Churn Monument. Can't get to maximum speed here, so... 2 cards left in our opponent's hand, so... and yeah, it's just... they have all action. Cycling Bossery, sure. Yeah, their deck is not particularly aggressive, so we will make adjustments. Certainly going to bring the Broken Wings back in. And then I will board out the Tortoises and just try to play a slower game. I mean, this is theoretically a matchup where the River Churn Monument should be pretty good. Here, I will just block the Marshal's Path Cruiser at this point. It's fine. In this instance, it does take up a lot of their resources, or not a lot, but it takes up, you know, a good chunk of their time. And I don't want to take 1,000,000 damage either, so. Sure. It'd be really unfortunate if they had another good play here. But my plan here is to basically just kill the Chariot, and then with the Scrap Compactor, and then I'm in I'm in a decent spot. Let's mill our opponent. Thunderhead Gunner, Lagak, sure. 4, 5, 6. Oh, land is good, because I can still mill them and kill the Detention Chariot. Okay. Their deck probably just doesn't have a protection spell, is my guess. Given that they're super controlling, it's less likely for them to have something like that. They have 2 cards, though, so who knows? Who knows what other bombs are hiding in their deck? Can you imagine if they had a Pyrowood Gearhulk in play, though? Alright, let's mill our opponent. Let's see, so they're at 11. I did not draw the island. Ooh, I drew Starting Column, though. Hold on. If I play this... No, I don't have the option to Monument plus activate. I can't just kill my opponent, full stop, right? I don't have enough blue mana, because if I play Column, I have access to 5 mana, and then if I play the Monument, I can't exhaust. So... I still think playing the Column is probably fine. And then we just pass. Because the way I look at it, it depends on what they play. Oh my gosh. Push the limit? Are we dead? I'm at 12? Oh, that is absolutely ridiculous. They get to exile my Perilous Snare. Oh my god. Like, of all the cards to lose to. That's unbelievable. Oh my gosh, they don't know that they can kill my Snare. Not that I think it matters. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, we're dead. That is unreal. We just died to push the limit. Oh my gosh. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is insane. Okay. Well, let us make some adjustments here. Holy cow. All right, trip up. Do I want to Spell Pierce? I think I'm going to board in Spell Pierce. They have 2 spectacular pile-ups and a push the limit. So I feel like Spell Pierce can be something that's really, really useful here. Bounce Off I can use to save my own things. What else? Like, because I mean, we kind of want to go a little bit... Oh, Broken Wings is certainly good too. Okay, and then let's figure out what we want and what we don't want. I think I can still cut 1 Bounce Off. Wow, push the limit. I did not think I was going to lose to that card. And I think this is probably just a little bit too clunky. I'd rather just have the big creature, I think. And we're on 10 creatures. Huldrifter could also be something, but like against a double Wrath deck, like I just want ways to draw cards. All right, let's try this. I hope I Spell Pierce my opponent out of the tournament. That would be awesome. Or just mill them out. That's the other option. Honestly, I could have chosen to draw. I could have actually chosen to draw. That might have actually been correct. I'm going to keep this 2-lander. It's a little bit dicey, but I can play all my stuff. Or I can play all the stuff on the left. But this deck definitely needs a lot of lands to get going. Alright, well, Starting Column is nice, but of course we need to naturally draw a 3rd land here, or something that cycles would be something that I'm interested in. Okay, no attacks from the opponent, and another Scurryfoot. I'm going to keep up Spell Pierce for Marshal's Path Cruiser. No Cycler there, so we did miss land drop number 3, which is very unfortunate. Afterburner Expert. We did not see that card before. They've got so many good cards. It's pretty insane. All right, let's play starting column. Drew the land, so that's good. We're going to take some damage here off of the Afterburner Expert. No land, though. If they had a land, they would have attacked with the Scurryfoot. Or it's a tap land. Yeah. Okay, so now we just pass. Or I guess attack with both. And then we just... yeah, we just activate one. Scurryfoot beats. They might just pass, honestly. If they attack me with the Expert, I'm taking it. So, like, I really do not like this attack. Sure, I'll take it. What are they gonna do? Just, like, pass and then activate this? Oh, okay. You know what? I like that attack a lot better now. I like that attack a lot better now. 4 cards in hand. Wow, they have just so many good utility creatures in play. I don't think I'm ready to monument just yet. I think I'd rather just make another elephant. Now, if they attack me with the Afterburner Expert, what do I do? It's kind of interesting. Because they can basically just eat an elephant for free and then make something. So I think I just take it. Forest for days. What is this? Does this do anything? It's got a crew 6 cost. I mean, I feel like I should just Spell Pierce it, but it's really awkward because I can't activate my Stampeding Scurryfoot. But it makes it really hard for me to attack into. That was a... oh my gosh, of course I drew the Broken Wings. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have played the Scurryfoot. I just didn't think I was going to play Spell Pierce plus Activate, or I thought it was not that likely. All right, they are going... I mean, I need to start getting Riverchurn Monument going. I absolutely have to. Not yet, though, I guess. Three cards in hand for the opponent. Okay, so they've exhausted, which is good. Because now I can block the Afterburner Expert, I think. But we'll see. I'm at 10 life, so I gotta... I mean, this is a pretty dicey turn. I can either... I imagine I'm gonna want to use Broken Wings here, but I can also, of course, just exhaust the Scurryfoot and just do a bunch of decent blocks. That is the other consideration here. Now, they also have Veteran Beast Rider activation here, too. So I need to be mindful of that, too. So this can potentially be a 7-5, so I want to block 2 things there. Yeah, I mean, this is not... Here, let's just kill this. Alright, that's down. We're doing everything we can here. And honestly, here, I should probably just bounce this off too. Just because if I draw a land, I want to be able to play the Autarch Mammoth and not have to worry about, you know, potential shenanigans on that side. Man, I can just never play anything because they have this Beast Rider. I have this trip up here, but it's just... It's an annoying situation. We don't know what else they have. They could have pushed a limit, which can certainly get in for a lot of damage here too. Two vehicles in the graveyard. Okay. Are they ready to push it to the limit? It's not... I mean, the thing is, I don't really die. I have 3 creatures. Okay, so push the limit, sure. They get a land. Yep. And these get sacrificed, right? Okay. They don't have any vehicles. So here's my question. They have 3 cards in hand. As long as I just like chump block the Path Cruiser, I think I'm okay. So I think the best play is just to make a 3/3, double block here, and then chump the Path Cruiser. So block here, double block here, take 6. Okay. So they both get sacrificed, and I'm now at 4 life. If they have another push to limit, obviously that's bad. But we've at least somewhat stabilized here, right? I can attack. Given that I have this Mammoth. Now, here's the thing, though. They can play Spectacular Pileup now. And it's pretty likely that they have one. But we'll see. Oh, just a Pothole Mole. Do they have another push to limit? Oh, okay. You can't push that limit that back. Okay. So they don't have Pileup, because they would have played Pileup if they had it. Starting column. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. We are on the comeback trail here. On the comeback trail here. I can play Terrian this turn, and then I can crew it up and still make a 3/3 and attack. Okay, so let's do that. This gives me 3 blockers, which is why I like doing it this way. Oh, they have a removal spell. Well, then I get to keep these 2 creatures back still. All right, so that was Ride's End. They have a Plains in hand. Okay? So no attacks. No attacks. And they have just the Plains in hand. Okay, we are blocking both. Oh, they have they drew Pileup. Man! Okay? Sure. I mean, this just has them dead. Yeah, okay. So we mill them for 2, and then we mill them for everything. Boom! Let's go! Let us go! Man, we almost lost to the double Wrath push to limit seal deck. Props to the opponent for pulling that off. I think they pulled the trigger on the push to limit a little too early there. I think there was probably a better spot if the game got a little bit later for them to come back there. Especially when I'm trying to win with Riverturn Monument. Like, it would have been dicey. Like, I didn't even know if I would have use my monuments, right? If their last card in hand is push to limit. So anyways, 4-0. Very, very happy about this. Let's keep this going. Definitely going to choose to play against an unknown opponent. I don't care so much about the 1 damage here. I'd rather play a tap land because if I draw another tap land, I think it's better for me to just play all my tap lands. I have 3 in my deck. So let's just play the Highlands. Our opponent mulliganed, which is nice. Scurryfoot. Always Scurryfoot. Oh, well. Hey, you know what? We drew the tap land. Do we block? I don't know. I don't think I block because they're blue-green. They could be representing Howler's Heavy. So I think I just take it. But given that I'm ahead on life, I don't think they're interested in attacking me anyways. I'm just going to play starting column and pass. Like, attacking, them blocking, and me using a Ganosaur Rex into bounce off mana seems quite bad. Keen Eye Buccaneer. Sure. Alright, so I have a couple of options. I'm on the play. Do I just slam the Rex? I think I just slam the Rex. It's just like, force them to have the removal. If they don't have specifically Flood the Engine, it's going to be tough. Like, if they bounce it, that's fine. And this is a great sign. They're digging here. And now they cannot play Flood the Engine. So we can hit them for 8, then play a Ketrodon, and then we have Perilous Snare to just get rid of whatever's in the way. Camera Launcher, okay. Just got to keep track of the cards that they have. Oh, and they missed the land drop. That is devastating for them. Boom. 2 speed. Let's get Ketrodon going. And this might just be too much, especially with the Perilous Snare in our hand. Yeah. All right. So got a nice, like this was probably the best possible aggressive start that our deck is capable of. All right. We are on the draw, so I don't mind the tortoises. We also don't know how aggressive our opponent's deck is. Broken Wings against blue-green, it's, you know, in the dark, you should probably still keep this in. Most people will play good vehicles, and they're probably going to have flyers as well. Bounce Off, they did have a Stampeding Scurryfoot, but I still think I'm okay with just the one with the limited information that we have. You know, honestly, I think I just like my configuration the way that it is. And then we just didn't see enough cards, so let's just keep it this way and play it out. Opponent on the play. We will mulligan that hand. I will keep this hand, and I will bottom the forest. A much worse opener, I will say. No Scurryfoots. Diversion unit, okay. All right, well, that gives us something to play on too. So they need to have a pretty aggressive start here. Granted, we don't really have too much to play here. Oh, that's a very aggressive start. That's exactly the type of hand that you need to be able to stand up to what we have right now. So this is actually interesting because, I mean, I can just take so much damage here, right? Alternatively, I can just kill something to take less damage. The problem is I won't be able to play the strategist next turn. So then what happens next turn, right? The thing is, all right, I'll play it. There is certainly a lot that can go wrong here, but this is the highest upside play. Basically, the idea here is I can play the strategist and they can't really attack me very much anymore. Oh, and they didn't find a land? Wait, Guidelight Optimizer can activate the Scurryfoot. Whoa. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, oh god, we drew the island. That sucks. I mean, this is a house of cards, if you will. They missed the land drop. I will say, if they do have something like a Flood the Engine, we do have the follow-up in the Ketrodon. So if they can't kill the strategist, that's a really good sign, because then we can follow that up with a Ketrodon and just kind of play defense that way. Interesting. What on earth is this card? Bestow Greatness probably is what comes to mind. So I'm just going to take it all. It has to be Bestow Greatness. Like, otherwise you don't make this attack. And we only took 4 damage, okay. Oh, they did find a land. Okay. Bounce Off, wow. As much as I like... Ooh, I gotta play the Ketrodon. Actually, I should have attacked first in case they had Silken Strength, I guess. Alright, Ketrodon, save me! Save me, please. Double blue. They have all the mana. They've been stuck on land, so we know they have a bunch of spells in hand. And so now we have to be mindful of Bestow Greatness and try our best to play around that specifically. Meaning that I don't want to block Keen Buccaneer, because they can turn this into a 6-8. But everything else is pretty safe to block, given that I have the strategist in play. And then once I have Broken Wings going and Bounce Off, it's even harder for them to attack me. But at any given point, when they kill my strategist, I'm in a lot of trouble again. Just a single Bounce Off and I probably lose, to be honest. I guess it could also be a Gonosaur Rex. If it's a Gonosaur Rex, they can kind of attack with everything. So that's another thing to consider, I guess. Yep. Alright, so we'll take 2. They are 1,000,000% representing Bestow Greatness. Okay, well that's also excellent. Does it give it hexproof? No. The fact that they're passing with all this mana up is definitely a cause for concern. Okay. Like, if they have a bounce spell, what do I do? If they bounce this, then I'm in trouble. I do have bounce off and broken wings. I'm gonna just pass. They did have a bounce spell. Sure. Yep. I will keep this because surely it'll be great here. Okay, so their hand is Bestow Greatness plus something, I think. Or they could be bluffing this whole time. No shot. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so gross. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They technically have lethal. Man, the fact that they had double interaction there is so brutal. I need to cast this Broken Wings. I just don't know what to do it on. So I take 6 damage. Sure. I think we're just dead here. The counter on the diversion unit is the big issue here. I gotta think here. Block here. Block here. There's nothing I can really do because of the diversion unit counter spell. I could have killed the diversion unit, but then I wouldn't have any other thing to block with. I guess this is best if they have nothing. Yep. I'm gonna definitely bring in another bounce off here. They are on the more aggressive side. Let's cut the trip up. They had a bunch of flyers, so I think Broken Wings is fine. And I don't think I want the triple green here. So yeah, I think second bounce off is fine. Oh, Ticket Tortoise. Well, yeah, I'm not sure about Ticket Tortoise on the play. I think I cut these and then just play more interaction. Like, I definitely want to be on the play still, but yeah, I guess I'll just play Tarion. All right, game 3. That was a weird game. Well, at least we were correct in the fact that they had Bestow Greatness. Double Monument. I have a Scurryfoot or Broken Wings. I don't know about this hand. I just don't think Double Monument is going to be good enough this early. I'm going to mulligan that hand. I'll keep this. Bottom Tarion. Like, they had enough aggression where the Monument is something that you want, like, one copy of in your opener, and then you want to kind of draw it late. And I just want, you know, a hand with more lands or more interaction, stuff of that nature. All right, would love some kind of bounce effect. Or, sorry, a mana effect. Land would be good. Definitely countering that. Okay, this is not good for me. Missing a land drop. Missing a land drop. Guess I should have had the tortoises. Pothole Mole. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. They have just a really nice blue-green template. If I don't draw a land here, it's game over. Okay, I drew a land, but my hand still doesn't do anything. I still just need a white source here, so this is still bad. I'm shocked they didn't pump this, by the way. That seems worse. Okay. I could have cycled this, I guess. I just felt like... yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is the... you know how I always say, like, it's kind of a joke, but it's like the no respect for the game situation. I mean, this is what happens. Like this is the price to playing all of these colors, right? All right, let's just move on. Like I drew my one red card, both of my white cards after the mulligan. I just needed to find a starting column there, and we just couldn't. So it is what it is. Let's move on. Honestly, maybe I should have just kept the ticket tortoises. Might have just been something I need to just always play, especially against them, just as a blocker. Also, I think if I'm gonna remove the ticket tortoises because I pseudo use them as a mana source, it's possible I should just go up to 17 lands. It's possible I should be playing 17 lands, period. All right, let's keep this. Hey, this hand's great. Turn 1 Scurryfoot, interference into starting column. No 1-drop in white, right? Oh, Bossery, sure. Well, that's extremely annoying. The question is it annoying enough for me to remove, or want to remove, or do I leave it be? Pothole Mole, so I can't attack them. They hit a land, gonna get their island. I feel like making a 3/3 on this board is just really, really strong, so they're just not gonna attack me. Yep. I'm not countering the bike. Alright, so we're somewhat keeping pace with what they have on the board. I still don't want to counter anything. I think I'm just going to play starting column here. Just continue developing my mana. I think this is going to be a really big turn where I can counter one of their things. And I can use Ride's End to get the Bossery off the board. Feels like one of those games that might go on for a while. Guidelight Synergist is worthy of a counterspell. I think I'd rather just play Hull Drifter here first. If I draw an untapped land, I can still play the Ride's End on the Bossery if I need. 4 cards in hand. I still have a Perilous Snare for something big. So yeah, let's just get this out of the battlefield. Then we can just pass. And then we now have a flying creature to start ticking up our speed. Ooze Patrol, okay. It's a 5/5. That is large. It feels worth it to Perilous Snare this and then just get my engines going. Although, man, it is really hard to... Like, attacking here just seems kind of bad. I just take so much damage if I do, right? If I attack with this. But I guess I get this off the battlefield, so it's not too bad. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, that would have worked with anything, so this is fine. Sure. Like, they could have killed that with any of the other creatures. Alright, we need some River Churn Monuments. Just anything. We drew a bunch of lands. We do have 16 lands and 2 starting columns. So, this would be an excellent, excellent time for River Churn Monument. Wild Roads. Alright, they're going to get aggressive here. I think they're going to attack me with the bike plus the mole. 2 cards in hand. Okay, 1 card in hand. Okay, that is a really odd attack. Why would they attack with that and keep this back? Oh, because they have those 2 to block with? Sure. I'm just going to kill the bike, I think. I don't feel like taking 4 damage. Alright. And the nice thing about this is I can attack with both. Oh, Autarch Mammoth was the best possible draw. And I can still get my speed going. Yep. All right, we're at 3 speed. Let's play the Mammoth. Incredible draw. Incredible draw. All right, 2 cards in hand for the opponent. Roadside Blowout. Wow. Well, might as well bounce the token and get a redraw here. Ticket Tortoise. Okay, I can play that. Then I can saddle. Oh, they drew a removal spell. Fair enough. Ride's End. Okay. We can still attack with this. Then I think they're going to block. If I get to max speed, it's such a problem. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's crack this. Okay, and discard Forest. Let's put a counter on something. The Scurryfoot. And then now I will go land Monument and get that going as well. All right. So a lot of different angles covered here. We have maximum speed, a column we can crack, Perilous Snare on the board, and a River Churn Monument. Let's take a look at their graveyard. Hold on. Veloheart Bike. Okay. Broken Wings, I think, is still fine in the matchup. They had a Veloheart Bike and a Guidelight Synergist, and you don't really play Guidelight Synergist unless you have a bunch of other artifacts to play in your deck. So I think that's fine. I do like the Ticket Tortoises on the draw. Nothing tells me I necessarily want a second bounce off. I suppose they did have Run Over. So on the draw, I kind of like going up to 2 bounce offs and then playing that over the trip up. And then outside of that, there's a Scrap Compactor, which honestly just seems okay. On the play, maybe the swap for Compactor Tortoise makes sense. But on the draw, I like to lean on the Tortoises as my early game way to block of choice. So let's do something like that. All right, 4-1 up a game here. Let's hope we get a decent hand here on the draw. That is a decent hand. We have Scurryfoot turn 1. Always what you're looking for. And we drew the Interference, which is great. Our opponent just kind of ran out of gas there in that game. Oh, they also had Bossery. That could be a reason to play Scrap Compactor too. They could have Ride's End. Yeah, we're just countering anything here. Oh, wow. All right, start your engines on 2 speed now, which is great. Let's see what they play here. A lot of options for us. Ether Jacket. Fair enough. They could use that to kill the starting column. I definitely don't want to play... I've got to save the Perilous Snare. All right. This is just a bigger creature than the Strategist, and it just makes sure that I can get something in play right away. Drawing a lander was actually really big. Now they can hit me with the Jacket, but that's fine. We can swing back next turn for a good deal of damage. They're gonna probably play something big-ish here. Nope. Are they gonna kill the starting column? They considered it. They definitely considered it. All right, we are at maximum speed. Don't think they're going to be splashing for Spectral Interference. Could be a reasonable opportunity here to run out Hull Drifter just to draw a bunch of cards. Spends my mana the best, so yeah, why don't we do that? And if they kill my Hull Drifter, I don't care. Because I want to wait on the stock up until I have enough lands where I don't need to stock up for lands. And now I'm in a pretty good spot where... stock up is just going to get me 2 gas cards, and my hand's looking very, very solid here. So just got to be careful with our removal. Again, if they use Ether Jacket on Hull Drifter, that's fine. Loxodon Surveyor, all right, they got their engines going. Let's crew it up. I'm going to block the Ether Jacket. Just because it kills my artifacts. All right, so now we can go Perilous Snare if we wanted, just for the counter effect. Or we can play Sabotage Strategist. A lot of options. I'm at 17, they're at 14. I'm going to lead with Stock Up here and see what we find. Oh my gosh. Well, that's outrageous. Well, Aganosaur Rex for sure. Now, here's the question. Is this a River Churn Monument game? Or is Thunderhead Gunner just going to be overall better for me? I'm going to take the Monument. Going to attack for 3. They're probably going to be happy trading, which I'm okay with. And now do we just get the Monument going? The answer, I believe, is yes. It just gives us another route to victory in case they stabilize with the other big creatures that we have. What is this? Oh. Yeah, I guess we'll bounce it. Yep. And there you go! 5 and 1. It's a long video. Gonna have to do a lot of editing here, but that's what happens when you have to win 7 best-of-3 matches. It will add up. 5 and 1. Very happy. 2 more wins to go. Let's get it done. All right. Opponent on the play here. If that's the case, I usually hope that I have a Ticket Tortoise in my hand. I do not, but I do have one of my triple Scurryfoots. On the draw, yeah, I'll just play tap land. Red-white. Okay, Cloudspire Coordinator is the play from the opponent. I will block with the Scurryfoot if they attack me. This card is very scary, and I don't have a lot of good ways to kill it. I mean, it is shocking that they have a good red-white deck in Sealed. It's really hard to pull off just because of the lack of depth, so they probably have a lot of bombs in red and white. Bottom, okay. I mean, our hand is fine, right? We're on the draw, but we have the Scurryfoot here into Blowout, Roadside Blowout, just for get some tempo back, into Strategist, into Thunderhead Gunner. That is a perfectly fine start. Looks like maybe a Ride's End. Sure. And this isn't ideal, but I don't really feel like taking damage. So I'm going to bounce this because they could also play other things. And this just prevents me from taking a bunch of damage. So, I mean, here's the thing. They use Ride's End on my Scurryfoot. Like, that's just a testament to the power of the Scurryfoot, if anything. But it makes sense that they have Wild Roads, which means they're probably green-based. Who knows? We'll see. But this hand is good. We go Strategist into Gunner, Rummage into Stock Up, into finding more things. So okay. Yep. Lumbering World Wagon has been played. Do I play Stock Up now to just try to find answers? That might be correct. Yeah, I'm going to play Stock Up here. Wow. Look at this. All right, so both of these block the World Wagon. So I think I'm just going to take those. Let's hope they don't have enough to crew the World Wagon. That's my hope. Oh no, they definitely can with Wild Roads and Coordinator. Yikes. Yep. I mean, if I play a Aganosaur Rex and they don't have a removal spell, they can't attack me next turn if they make a token with the Wild Roads. Whoa, they're not World Wagoning me? Oh wait, can this? Oh no, this can just crew by itself. My bad. Yep, the Coordinator can crew by itself. I forgot about that. What a deck. Oh no, they don't know about it. Okay. They have a Gastel Blockbuster. That's not particularly strong. Oh, you know what I should actually do? I should play the Sky Serpent Seeker And then there's a really high likelihood that they try to kill it. And then if they do, then I can save it with the Rex. Or I can just cast Broken Wings now. Wow. Okay, so definitely drawing reasonably well here. You know what? Let's keep it. Let's see what they do here. Let's see what they do. Like, I don't really care if they get another land here, right? Okay, Veloheart Bike. Okay, so the coordinator can make a pilot. Okay. 3, 4. Okay. They can crew the bike and then crew the world, or the whatever, the world wagon. But if they don't have a removal spell, though, like I can just cast Broken Wings, right, and just save the Aganosaur Rex, and that's probably better. I feel like they have a run over, but we'll see. All right. Ooh, Ride's End. Man, so many super interesting options here. Like, it's really in my interest to get Sky Serpent Seeker going. Like, I really want to activate this. I'm at 16. At the same time, I can just play something gigantic. All they have is a Gastel Blockbuster and 1 unknown card. All right, I'm just going to pass. Just a lot of cool things I can do here, right? Like, I have Ride's End. I can also get the land. So, a lot of options. Ooh, I like their deck. They have really good mana fixing. Night Markets are fantastic and sealed. Road Rage. Okay, so let's save it. Why would you tap like this, Arena? I don't understand. I have a Ride's End in my hand. Oh my. Well, okay. I don't think they're going to attack through my Sky Serpent Seeker, but that was insane. Yeah, they're not attacking me. Oh my gosh, though. Auto Tapper? Really? Why do you do this to me? I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Ketrodon here just completely makes it so they can't really attack me very well. If they draw a removal spell, I take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. Bring it on. Okay. No good attacks. All right. Like, I like being able to just put a pressure on my opponent, so let's just keep... The thing is, I don't really need the 2 extra lands from the Sky Serpent Seeker anymore. There's a starting column here, but yeah, I shouldn't really care about playing that. 4... And then let's play... Strategist. Play the land. All right. This way, I just get to keep up Ride's End plus activation on the Sky Serpent Seeker. So that's why I'm doing this. All right, they're getting some life. We might actually get to the point where Riverchurn Monument would have been really good. Noting that I really shouldn't play any more lands, given that I have this Gunner. Ride's End, okay. You know what? I think that this is just... With my opponent's deck, I feel like it's mostly that my opponent is a good Magic player, and they've made the most out of their pool. I know they have a World Wagon, but you know, it's not like every card I've seen has been absolutely busted. It's just a good, solid collection of cards. I will say, Riverchurn Monuments look really good in this matchup. They don't look particularly aggressive. All right, do I want bounce spells here? No. Trip up, okay. They're playing something. Canyon Vaulter. Okay. Doesn't do anything right now. And it's only on their turn. Okay, let's get some lands. Okay. Oh, they were the top 2 cards of my library? That's really funny. I'm trying to figure out which red source Let's do this. Let's play the gunner. Well, let me just make sure. When it settles during your main phase, okay? Let us pitch a forest. We find trip up, which is fantastic. Let us attack with our flyers. All right. We have trip up, Ride's End, Thunderhead Gunner going, a bunch of reach stuff. Strategist keeps everything kind of small. Rocketeer Boost Buggy is fine. Okay, they just get a bunch of 1/1s, which right now, it doesn't really matter. Blockbuster, okay, we can play out the starting column if we really want at this point. But they're just trying to go super duper wide. Spectral Interference on this board is probably not great. But let's go with the 2-turn clock here. Oh my gosh, I'm glad it didn't try to tap my white mana. Holy cow. Alright, so this is 9 damage. And we have a Ride's End available. And as long as they don't kill my strategist, I think I'm okay. I'm at 20 life, so it's going to be pretty tough in general for them to kill me. They should probably be exiling creatures with their Molt Tender, just to gain life. Although there are no creatures, never mind. Full on Naya here. We have a Spectral Interference and a Ride's End as interactive abilities. All right, boom. Got that one done. A lot of interaction, a lot of just random dinky creatures. We are on the draw, so I do think I like the Ticket Tortoises. They have double Ride's End. Think I want to scrap Compactor. There's a lot of just little creatures that they had, I think, that this kills. And yeah, let's just cut the trip up again. Just kind of like all my expensive things. Let's try this out. Broken Wings, very nice for the World Wagon. The thing with the World Wagon that makes it so good, though, is just like, if you play it and I kill it, you're still up a card, right? All right, this is a great draw because we have all of our colors. So do love that. It's a very controlling hand, but we have a very controlling deck, so. Ooh, whoa. Do they have Push the Limit, you think? I don't know. I don't think I want to use Ride's End on a Gibberic Omnivore. I think if they play another really aggressive creature, then I should probably just Roadside Blowout instead of playing the starting column. If they play nothing, then I might be interested in just playing starting column and attacking. Both totally fine options. But like, let's say they play a 3/3 or, okay, Canyon Vaulter, sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, do I want to keep up Ride's End, or do I want to keep that for something bigger? All right. I'm just doing this to buy some time. The real question here is whether or not I choose to block the Canyon Vaulter. But the thing is, there's a chance they don't attack with the Canyon Vaulter here, which is why I like this, right? Like, there is a non-zero chance they don't attack with the Canyon Vaulter. Kind of a mana-heavy hand now, but the stock-up should help. Lightning Strike? Sure. Yep, that's fine. And then they go Omnivore? Yep. Okay, well, now I think we probably do need to play Ride's End. So let's just go starting column. Into Island. Into Pass. Let's kill the Vaulter. I just think this has a lot more utility. Right? They just have various large vehicles. Ovia! Okay. Okay, they only have 2 cards in hand, though. So let's hope this stock-up gets us to where we need to go. A Ketrodon and a starting column. Sadness. Wow. How do we look at 5 cards and one of them is still a mana source? That is super, super unfortunate. Yeah. Alright. Venom Sac Legak. Okay, so that's scary because the Ovia is going to put something large into play, which is not ideal. So which one do I want to play? The problem is when I play the Ketrodon, I can't actually protect against anything. It does gain me a bunch of life. It really depends on what they put into play with the Ovia. Like, I can play a Gunnosaur Rex, and if I do that, then I can keep our Broken Wings if they put like a giant vehicle into play. Yeah, let's just play the Rex. I just like the ability to keep up Broken Wings. Okay, that's a Ketrodon. If they have any interactive spell here, it's basically just over. But this is another reason why Scrap Compactor would be quite nice. What is this? Oh my gosh! This I'm gonna have nightmares over this Ovia. What the hell? I don't know how many of these large things they drew, but like, yep, that's game. Okay, fair enough. Wow, Pyrewood Gearhulk as well. Okay. Let's get Trip Up back in here, and then one more card on the play. It could either be just straight up a land, or just like a bounce off. I don't know how many, like, I don't know if I just want a million bounce spells, though. It could still just be, you know what? I think I'm still just going to play a Ticket Tortoise, just to have another 2-drop. I literally just don't have any. But I don't think I want to draw multiples, so let's just play the 1. It's a slow hand, but I do have turn 3 Perilous Snare, so I'll keep it. So I was talking about how my opponents didn't have bombs, and then they played Lumbering. They have Lumbering Worldwagon and Pyrewood Guardian, so maybe they have some. So this hand could really benefit from a Starting Column or a Scurryfoot. Those are the types of cards I'm really looking out for. Spectral Interference would also be good. Looks like our opponent's keeping on this mulligan. Red Source would be nice. There's a lot of ways this hand can develop. Trip Up, okay. Well, you know, the nice thing about the Trip Up is it gives me a turn 4 play. I don't think I want to cycle it. Okay. Don't play the World Wagon. Oh, the delayed Omnivore. Think I'm going to take the 3 here and see what they do. Interesting. I'm just going to bounce. I don't think they're going to put this on top, so they're going to bottom this. Yeah. Okay, well, we drew a red source. It was kind of delayed. I'm still holding on to this Perilous Snare. I just don't think any of these this is worth using it on. And the next turn we can play the Mammoth, and then... Alright. We really didn't do anything, but our opponent hasn't either. But we need to be careful of our life total. Green, green, blue. I have double green? Yeah, okay. I have 3 blue, 2 green. I don't really need that much more green. And so I think this is good. We'll see what they do. We can go Gunner, keep up Bounce Off, which is really nice. Rocketeer, Boost Buggy, sure. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Now, they can have Ride's End, but I can still get my token if they have Ride's End, which is good. What can this be? They're looking at, like, crewing the Boost Buggy and getting something done? Wow. Oh, I see. So they have a Road Rage, I think, or a Lightning Strike, which I think I'm okay with that 2-for-1, honestly. The reason being is if they have Lightning Strike, they can just kill my elephant in response to their Gunner, and I can't even make a token anyways. So I think I'm okay with just blocking the Mammoth and just making them use the removal spell. And the next turn we still have Gunner plus the Bounce Off. It's Lightning Strike or Road Rage, one of the two. Yeah. All right. What to do now? Scurryfoot was also a pretty good draw. This becomes a 4-3. They have 3 cards in hand. I think Gunner is better because they can give this flying. Okay, we drew a land. Oh, they could have Ride's End here. Yeah. Like, attack and Ride's End my Thunderhead Gunner. Do I bounce the Boost Buggy because of this? As a tempo play? So let's say they do this, attack, and then Ride's End my Gunner. That's really solid. And I'm up a lot of resources, so yeah, I'm just gonna do that, actually. I just don't think they have a land. Like, if they had a land, they would have just Ride's Ended this anyways. They have a tapped creature. I think it's a big tempo play because I can also turn things around and get really aggressive on my opponent as well. Now, if they keep up... And now it's like, yeah, if they keep up the white mana, then I probably don't want to attack with the Gunner. But we'll see. Pothole Mole. Do they have a land in the yard? No. Miss? No, they got a forest. So if they play a Boost Buggy... If they okay, sure. Fair enough. Ooh, we drew Ride's End as well. Alright. Alright. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think, yeah, that looks good. All right. This lets us turn it around, get pretty aggressive. Let's see what happens. Yep, Ride's End as expected. Yeah, I mean, now we're kind of out of action. We've been rummaging through a lot of lands. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we need something good here. Especially if they kill my Scurryfoot. If they kill my Scurryfoot, I need something big. Three cards in hand. All right, fine. They have 3 cards in hand. I don't know where I was going with this block. I think I just let it happen. That was probably bad. Oh, Roadside Blowout. Okay. The thing is, they didn't actually use the Wild Roads here, which is really interesting. Broken Wings. Okay. Fair enough. Wow. Try to get to max speed. We have the 2 starting columns. I don't know if I love that block on the Canyon Vaulter, though. I would have had an extra 3/3, so that was quite bad. But now I'm just trying to get some damage in. Let's see what they have. Alacrian Jaguar. Good thing to bounce. River Churn Monument, okay. Okay. Let's play Scurryfoot. Play the land, play the monument, and keep things going. Okay. So they're at 4. We have several different angles of attack here, depending on what they have. 7 cards in graveyard already. This attack makes me feel like they might have like a Pyrewood Guardian or something in their hand. They do need a double red. Ooh, we hit the Detention Guardian. That was huge. And wow, Sky Serpent Seeker was also an excellent draw. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, they do have double red. They have double red, double green. Not dead just yet. And remember, they're at 4. So if they get a little bit too crazy with their with aggression, we can get them. But I do think, given that they play land number 6, Pyrewood Guardian would be very, very good here. I think I would probably have to double block the Jaguar, activate the Sky Serpent Seeker, take 4 from the Pothole Mole, something like that. If you have it, you gotta play Ovia. Okay. So this trample, oh, That's gross. It's a... I'm just getting crushed by this Ovia, by the way. I mean, they have something, but... Lightning Strike? Ah, I see. Alright, so we took 6 trample. Mill them. Okay. Ouch. They have 1 card in hand. If it's Pyrewood Guardian, we're just dead. Hold on. So we can mill them for 12, and that's not enough. We cast both of our white spells, so I can tap this. Let's play Stock Up and try to find something. Find some interaction. 3, 4... Oh, they can... Man... They can get it into play with the Ovia, which is an absolute disaster. But I do want the interference just in case they just try hard casting it. And then probably the Scurry Foot here. Oh my gosh, what do I do? I think I don't play the Scurry Foot just yet, though. Well, hold on. If they... What a good turn. If they put the River Pyre thing into play, main phase, this becomes an 8-8, and I can go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I still live. And then I mill them. Okay. And then if they cast it... Okay, we're good. Yeah. Yep. It might be in their best interest to just cast it, honestly. But we'll see what happens. I think the last card in their hand is the Pyre thing. And we'll see what they do. Okay. Okay. Four mana. It looks like it's a Ride's End. Okay. And if they put a creature in, that's 8. That's still not enough. Right? 1, that's 3 damage. Okay. I think they're dead. I think we're gonna kill them with Riverturn Monument here. What a match. This Ovia is just giving me nightmares. I mean, unless they have a disenchant effect, we'll see. Oh, they could have an Earth Rumbler, I guess? No. Okay, they didn't have Pyrewood Guardian. Alright. I wonder what their last card was. Lumbering World Wagon. Oh my gosh, Riverturn Monument coming in clutch. Let's go. Oh man, okay. That was a good match. I'm not even sure that I played that properly. Trying to play around Pyrewood Guardian is terrifying. And I don't know if I love the block on the Canyon Vaulter. Just a lot of little things. It's definitely not at my sharpest with regards to Limited, because I haven't played Aetherdrift Limited in about a week. But let's keep this going. Winning in. We have 2 winning ins into day 2 of the Arena Qualifier weekend. All right, on the play. Okay. I was hoping I didn't draw these tortoises. All right. Do I even play them? Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Do you miss a land drop? Like, what do you, like, how do you play with this card? I never play with this card is the problem. I guess I don't have a land here, so maybe it is good to play it. Ooh, very aggressive start here. I want to Ride's End if possible here. We'll see what they do. No blue sources here is pretty bad. Oh, I guess I could have cycled the Ketrodon. I didn't realize just how few mana sources I had. But like ramping into this is also quite strong. Okay, Paul, focus. Oh, you know, I honestly should have taken a little bit of a break. I've been playing for 3 straight hours, and I'm definitely not, I'm like missing things. So if I lose this match, I'm going to have nightmares about Ovia. The card has been amazing. I think I have to play stock up here. And let's just get, like, use it to get 2 lands, basically. Oh, naturally finding planes is amazing. I do want island, but I don't know if I can, yeah, like, I don't know if I can afford the starting column. Like, definitely planes. I'm playing that this turn. I don't think I have time for the starting column. I just need lands. So with this, I can play Ride's End, and then next turn I can play Gunner, right? And hopefully the Gunner finds me a land to let me play the Ketrodon. And if they somehow choose to do nothing, then sure. I guess they could have a pump spell. That's super, super sucky. Wait, what? It adds how much mana? Excuse me? What? Oh, it's equal to its power. That's nuts. All right, well, let's kill it, I guess. Oh, wait. Do I want to kill a 4-3 or 2-3? Oh, I should have killed the Redshift. Okay, this is not my finest game, friends. This is not my finest game at all. Holy cow. Holy smokes. Like, I could have had a 3-1 in play, right? Lagak. Okay, at least it was just a Lagak. But I should have killed the Redshift, taken 4. Then I have the 3-1 in play to trade with the 4-3. That was really, really bad. Well, well, well. Is it another Bestow Greatness? I suppose it is. Pretty unlikely to have 2. The way I look at this is if they have a Bestow Greatness, I'm trying to set myself up where if I draw another land, I can play the Ketrodon. Oh, sure. Okay. Oh my gosh. That was disgusting. Oh my goodness. That was absolutely disgusting, and we couldn't find a gosh darn land. That is really disappointing. I'm gonna kill the Guardian, and I will play a Scurryfoot. That was a sick turn, by the way, from my opponent. A lot of Venom Sac Lagaks, which are pretty annoying to deal with. All right, give me a land. I really want a land. Okay, we found the land. That's good. The Lagaks are still a huge, huge problem. What the hell? Do they have a lightning strike? Yeah, okay, they have it, sure. Double? What is happening here? Okay. Okay. So red-green, yeah, I think I'm gonna bring in all of my bounce-offs. They have Bestow Greatness, double pedal to the metal. I think Terrian is pretty good in this matchup. On the play, probably cut. Is it crazy to board out Riverturn Monument? Probably. I don't like Compactor against all the pump spells. I think I'd rather bounce off. And I don't want a million bounce spells. So I think just going with all the bounce offs makes a lot of sense here over the trip ups. Hull Drifter might be a little bit slow in this matchup. So I can see cutting that. Whatever. On the play, I think I'm just going to want all the removal. And we'll play it that way. On the draw, I'll bring in the Tortoises back in. One lander, we're going to mulligan. This hand does nothing, I have to go to 5. We'll keep this, bottom the mammoth and the island, and hope for the best. That's super unfortunate, of course. Venom Sack-Lagak, sure. Too bad it doesn't put it into the graveyard. Oh, Pothole Mole, okay. You're just helping me. And you missed? No, it's always the third card down. All right, well, hopefully my opponent... I don't know if this monument's going to get there, but Pothole Mole certainly helps, but I have nothing else in my hand. Kickoff Celebration. Wow, they are really trying to help me here. They might all... like, honestly, if they have an answer to the monument... There's just... like, yeah, there's obviously a million ways we can lose here. Red Shift, yep. Okay, another blue source is great for the monument. But yeah, we just have no creatures, right? It's just like... Alright, we are trying. Another bounce off, I guess. Sure. Unclear that I need to splash the red either, as well. Just because the reach is unnecessary. And they're pretty fast. Okay. So close. Okay, okay. I have Terrian plus Bounce Off as an option. Okay, let's do that. They do have maximum speed, though, so they can give something haste. We'll see what happens. They have 5 cards in hand. We're at 8. We are dead to lots and lots of things. Let's block the Specialist. They have a Pump Spell, Bestow Greatness. Let's bounce it. And I don't think we can die here. So now they have 12 cards in the graveyard. The Specialist dies, putting 13 cards in the graveyard, and then we monument them out. Are we gonna win this game? If they don't kill the monument, we get them. Oh my gosh! Oh, okay, Paul, okay, Paul. All right. Yeah, let's cut the Gunner as well. Let's cut the tap lands. Untap forest, untap lands only. Let's bring in the 2 tortoises on the draw. I don't like Compactor very much anyways. Oh, the Broken Wings, was this good? I actually didn't even think about that. Maybe it's a little too situational. Red, green, yeah, maybe instead of Broken Wings, I just play the Trip Up as well. Let's just have all the bounce. All right, this looks a lot more streamlined. I can also cut one of these and add another land. I think I like that too on the draw. I just feel like on the draw against the more aggressive deck, starting column isn't as good. And with the 2 ticket tortoises, I'm pretty likely to find a white source. So I think I like this. Oh, we just drew all of our colors. Okay, we'll keep this. They mulliganed. We mulliganed the 5 in game 2 and we won, so maybe they could... Oh, they mulliganed the 5! We have a chance here, folks. We have a chance. Come on. Kickoff Celebration, okay. Okay, we drew 2 bounce offs. I want to hold off on the tortoise until next turn, I think. So let's wait. And I think I want to keep this Ketrodon. It's like the one thing I'm building towards. Boom Scholar, okay. Let's buy some time. And keep hitting our land drops. Okay. Ovia, sure. Ovia is a good one, as we know. But they only have 3 cards in hand. But we got absolutely decimated by this before. Well, they're not going to attack me with the Ovia, so I don't care about the Ride's End right now. Let's go Tortoise. Play Scurryfoot. And keep up Bounce Off. Boom Scholar has been cast. All right. I just feel like... I shouldn't kill the Ovia. I'm going to keep up all my mana. I think in this matchup, keeping up these bounce-offs are going to be really, really strong. So let's do this. Ketrodon's good. I can activate the Scurryfoot, and then if they use a trick, I can ride Zen, but otherwise I can double block. Which isn't bad. Right? Their mulligan to 5 is looking very, very good. Right? Now we have Ketrodon plus Bounce Off available, which I do like as well. Camera Launcher. Oh, wow. Okay. This is their mold of 5. This is really unfortunate. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is a 5/5. They don't have the mana to activate this. They can turn this into a 5/5 as well. If they have a combat trick, we do have the bounce off available. Okay, that's good. Okay. We are trying our best to stabilize here. And we have a bunch of combat tricks. So now honestly, we're just looking for the River Churn Monuments, right? Okay, well, that's just outrageous. Sure. Hey, look, we have enough interaction here, and they had nothing else in hand, right? So hopefully, our board is going to be enough, but we'll see. They drew a land. That's fine. Like, if they make some crazy all-out attack, then that's really, really bad for them. Okay. All right, just give me the Millstone. Give me the Millstone. Okay, Terrian's also fine. Terrian is great. We are in the River Churn Monument waiting room now. River Churn Monument waiting room. Everything has trample, but our board is gigantic. We have Stock Up. Stock Up would be a nice draw as well. Okay. Sky Serpent. Hey, we're, you know, for every good draw that they're making, we're also getting good draws here as well. Okay. Look, at 22 life with this board, I'm feeling pretty reasonable. All right, our opponent's getting kind of flooded too. We have 10 mana sources in play. Gonna keep this land in my hand. Let's sure hope they don't get Pyrewood Guardian into play. They're main phasing this though, so that's really scary. They could give it haste though, I guess. Maybe I'm gonna regret attacking with the Sky Serpent Seeker. But like, I don't know what they're gonna top deck. We'll see. Okay, if it was Pyrewood Guardian, I think for sure that just comes into play. So it's not that. Oh my gosh. So they have access to... Well, right now they can only deal 3 damage to something. So I think I should just kill it with the Ride's End now. So they have less mana to kill my bigger things. They're going to kill my 3/3 here. Or my Sky Serpent Seeker. One or the other. Oh, 5 damage. Okay. But then what? Okay. Like, everything already has trample. Can I attack them back for lethal if they make some dumb attack? I don't know. We'll see what they do. I just... Like, the Ketrodon just gets to eat something for free. 9, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so 6, 15, 18, 20. This is a lethal attack. So we just need to block... I don't know. Maybe this. They don't have any mana, right? So I can block here. I really don't understand this attack. Okay, and they're dead? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 22, 24. 9, 11, 14, 20, 22, 24. Yes, we did it! Man, this is like, despite suboptimal play. I mean, look, I have high standards for myself too, but we made some sequencing errors. We made some errors throughout the course of this tournament, but I think I like some of the sideboard decisions that we made in best of 3. I think having all 3 bounce-offs, particularly in this matchup where my opponent relied so heavily on bestow greatnesses and push the limits, was correct. River Churn Monument was absolutely fantastic. We brought in Spell Pierce against the push the limit deck, which ended up being really solid. So I just think, you know, bringing in Tarion in matchups where they're not playing a lot of hard removal for it, and you know, if you're playing against a red-green deck, a 9/7 body is really good. You know, play, draw, ticket, tortoise. So I think this was a really good showcase of what you can do in a best of 3 setting and how you should be modifying your decks depending on whether or not you're on the play and the draw, and depending on what your matchup is. And this was the deck, right? You know, the Scurryfoots were huge. Having access to 3 Scurryfoots meant that we didn't need as many 2-mana options. We certainly drew really well. Our curve was kind of awkward in the fact that our 3-mana slot was pretty empty. We had the starting columns and that's it. We had just enough interaction. Bounce off, Perilous Snare, Trip Up, Ride's End, right? We had just enough interaction to be able to deal with what our opponents were trying to do. And then our top end was also really strong. Aganosaur Rex with the Autarch Mammoth and the Migrating Ketrodon, also very good. So just enough tools to be able to win the late game with the River Churn Monuments. But we also had games where we were able to pull ahead on cards with cards like Stock Up and Hull Drifter, and then just win with our green fatties as well. So all in all, you know, can't complain. Like, anytime you open double River Churn Monument in a sealed deck setting where most people aren't beating you down is amazing. And this just stole so many games. I've been playing for 3 hours. This is only day 1. I don't even know what the day 2 situation is going to be, but I'm super, super happy that we were able to make it to day 2 of Qualifier Weekend, which means we have another shot at qualifying for the Arena Championship. Wow, what an incredible run. That game 2 on the draw, I was down a game, and then that game 2 where I mulliganed the 5, I did not think I was winning that one, but we drew the perfect mix of interaction to survive just enough to steal the game with the River Churn Monument. Oh man, feels great. Feels great. All right, well, we made it to day 2, and honestly, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you want to continue seeing videos like this on a daily basis. If you want to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Day 2, check it out. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Tarkir Dragonstorm, or you wanted some singles to round out your standard, modern, pioneer decks, or commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but certainly not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories, top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, dice boxes, and more. Check them out also at Spotlight Series Denver, heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and tomorrow, hopefully we are qualified for Arena Championship 9.